Happy Friday, everyone. How is it going? Welcome to the Juju Gang Power Hour. If you're here for the first time, hit subscribe. If you're new, you already know what to do. We got to talk about the one and only Tesla 188.40. Momentum is fading indeed. Let me know if my audio is coming in clear okay on the chat. I see so many folks here already. Let me go through some. Will, how's it going? Eric, sitting on Tesla. Yes. By the way, that's ironic that you say that because, perfect. Jason's already throwing in who we or where we're tuning in from. By the way, yeah, definitely throw in where you're tuning in from, city, state, country, whatever you guys feel comfortable sharing. John, how's it going, my friend? Ed with a not paid sponsorship saying, love my sitting on Tesla hat. Highly recommended, not a paid promotion, just a cool hat. I appreciate you saying that, Ed. Thank you so much. If you have a photo, feel free to share it. I'll be happy to selfishly put it up on scale here. I'll move up Tesla. We'll see where we end up. We're essentially flat right now. When I made the stream, I titled it Soaring. And I guess it's to be determined what happens. But one thing is, Ed, it's funny that you say that you like the hat. I'm actually in midst of revamping everything and redesigning the entire site fully. So I'm actually going through that right now. I'll share more about that in a little bit. But 189.04 sitting on Tesla. Less than 1 month from Investor Day. Yes, we got a lot to talk about in terms of news. A lot coming out today, a lot. In fact, actually, a mega pack video just came out as well, which you guys are sharing. Awesome. Perfect. Sanju, DRK, Pietri, how's it going? Dan, Raymond, so many familiar faces. Yes, indeed. Juju Gang is ready. Let's do it. Crest. Let's read out some places here. Hold on. Scott, so many oranges and jujus beside people's names as well. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Remember, if you want to become a member, and remember, chat there is a little bit delayed. I wish it would can't come through like one by one, but comes in batches. If you want to become a member, join our Discord. Feel free to support on Patreon. Link is patreon.com/hit that bid, or actually just hit the join button after you hit subscribe on the YouTube channel. Okay, let's do it. Santa Ana, California. There we go. Pietri's already guessing what we're going to close at. Chadwick, how's it going? London, England. Let me just catch up here. Detroit. I need to change the title. Stock isn't soaring. Yeah. Should I change that? Okay, give me some feedback. What should I change it to? I'm happy to change it. Hello from Boston. Yes, indeed. Audio good. Thank you. Raleigh, North Carolina, Florida. Okotoks. Dan, how's it going, my friend? Okotoks is one of my favorite cities to say. I have to just point that out. Medellin, Colombia, Atlanta, Birmingham, Norway, Alstonville, Australia, Paco from South Africa, snowy Sweden. It's actually really cold here as well, but not as cold as there, I'm sure. Los Angeles, sitting on Tesla, holding it down. There we go. Indiana, Sweden, Norway, Yuma, Arizona. By the way, if you're watching on replay, feel free to throw it in the chat as well, or the comments, I mean. Belgium, Spokane, Washington, Boise, Idaho. Man, we got a worldwide crew today. London, UK. John says I'm clickbaiting. I should probably change it. You guys know I don't really like to do that. It was quite up today, so when I made the stream, I wasn't lying. Monte Cristi, Ecuador. Amsterdam, damn, it's going down. Philadelphia, Marco, how's it going? Philadelphia, go Birds. North Ireland. Is today the day Yash trying Sang Southern Da and Southern Manland? I have no idea what that is. I'm afraid to even Google it. I'm really afraid what I just said there. Highland, a lot of Highland hype in the chat. Okay, we got a lot to get to. I'm going to go through these places just quickly here to catch up. Austria, Dunbar, Florida. Okay, perfect. Man, so many people. I love it. Thank you for joining me, folks. Okay, we got a lot of news, and trust me, if we didn't have news, I wouldn't really get into this. Okay, so let's do it. Let's get into what we need to get into. Breaking from Sawyer Merritt. Tesla has released a new video showing off their mega factory, the largest utility scale battery factory in North America. Tesla says the battery factory can produce 1 Megapack 2 XL every 68 minutes. So here's the video. I'll probably turn off the music here. I should probably turn off my other music as well. Hold on. We produce Megapack 2 XL. Sodertella. Clean energy, all while reducing reliance on fossil fuels. Folks, Tesla energy is going nuts right now. Megapack 2 XL is our biggest integrated power electric and thermal systems for high efficiency, made on Earth by humans, enabling simple integration and improved scalability. Uses the same core thermal components as the Tesla vehicles. This megapack hype is getting real. Ensuring megapack can operate in cold conditions. Look at the manufacturing work here. 190 sitting on Tesla. Folks, we're rallying. We are, well, if 1% is considered a rally play nowadays. Wait, go back. 10,000 megapack units per year. So a mega factory can produce 1 megapack every 68 minutes. And remember, it can produce 10,000 megapack units per year. So can is the key operative word, in my opinion. Adding to up to 40 gigawatt hours of storage capacity, equal to 200 megawatt fossil fuel plants. Join us now. It's a recruitment ad for Mega Factory. So really cool to see Tesla pushing them. By the way, Tesla is really working to put more tweets out, aren't they? It's like it's been noticeable how many more tweets are happening. Energy is huge, but here's the thing with energy. A couple caveats I'm going to throw out. Number one, revenue recognition is not perfect. If you sell a mega pack, doesn't mean you can recognize all the revenue day one. There's some financing there. I'm sure there's some sort of unlocking of revenue that needs to be done. Accountants enter the chat here for me. So just keep that in mind. And also 50% margins are tossed around. I'll believe it when I see it. It's kind of my attitude right now with Tesla Energy, but I'm really excited about it. Tweets are free. Yes. Our long-standing debate about ads or not to add. But we got some other Tesla China news. So Tesla China sold 66,051 Tesla-made EVs in January, data published by the CPCA. That was up from 18% in December when Tesla sold 55,800 and 10% higher versus January last year. So the year-over-year number matters. But remember, Chinese New Year also played into this month, or last month, I should say, and the numbers that came out there. And then also, I think the price cuts that came in China didn't come until the end of the first week, if I recall correctly. Someone correct me if I'm wrong there. End of the first week. So there's about a week there of maybe lighter volumes that Tesla could have had in China. And remember, this number includes imported and exported, both coming in. So a lot of good news there. And then also, breaking news this morning, the IRS has increased the EV cap for the long-range Model Y from 55,000 to 80,000. All Model Ys now with an MSRP of up to 80K in the US are now eligible. And this chart from the IRS site shows us the real long-range performance. All Model 3s are at 55 cap, and all of the Model Ys, effectively retroactive to January 1, are applicable at 80K. This is important for a couple of reasons. Number one, if you bought a Model Y in the first week and you didn't have clarity on this and you bought it at higher than the 55,000 price, that's huge, right? Because now you get that rebate. So it's retroactive. Also, if Tesla paid if Tesla lowered the prices to hit that 55, do we see an increase in prices? And that's where we'll start our first poll out for the day. Start a poll. Do we see a Tesla price increase from the new IRS guidelines? Yes or no? Throw your answer in the chat by clicking. If you don't want to click, feel free to type out your answer as well. Because I think this is huge. Now that it's not 55 and it's 80, you like, here, let me pull up the Tesla site even. Let's pull up the Tesla site real quick. Let's do a little bit of quick research on the fly. So the Model Y currently has a wait time of up to May, right? It's between March and May, which is not super far. Let's be honest, right? Of course, it's not in month, but I mean, it's a matter of 3 or 4 weeks really that you can get your Model Y. Now, that's, by the way, for the performance, it's even faster, right? You don't really have to wait longer than March to get your performance Model Y. Do we see a huge amount of people starting to come in and buy these cars at these levels now that didn't qualify? And can Tesla up the price on this? One side of the argument would be, well, if you didn't have backlogs now, what would change? So if you did have a lot of backlog and Tesla saying and Elon saying demand is double of what they can make at the moment, then it would make sense to up the price to cut those times. But the way it's tracking right now, May is not exuberant, in my opinion, in terms of pricing. I think we can probably take some time to do that. Um, but over time, I think it will get absorbed and the prices will start to go up. That's my opinion. 72% of all you guys in the chat are saying yes. The price, we will see a Tesla price increase from the new IRS guidelines, and this is huge, by the way. Not only for Tesla, I think the Mach-E now qualifies as well. I'll pull up on Discord 1 second. Oh, actually, I got the link. So here's the new link. Manufacturers and models of new qualified EVs. So if we pull up Ford, now the Ford Escape plug-in hybrid is at 80K. The E-Transit, hold on, E-Transit, what is this? This is the Sprinter van. Does this even exist in the wild? The Ford F-150 Lightning at 80K, Mustang Mach-E at 80K, and the Lincoln Grand Touring. This plug-in hybrid garbage really just pisses me off, I have to be honest. What's the kilowatt hour on this battery pack even? Let me just check real quick. This plug-in hybrid, seating for 5, blah, 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 blah. Let's do specs. So plug-in hybrid might be easier just honestly Googling those kilowatt hours. They don't even have kilowatt hours listed. They have the engine. Hey, folks, buy this EV for EV tax credit. By the way, here's the engine details. Garbage. Let me just pull this up. Kilowatt hour. 14.4 kilowatt hour battery pack size. It's just nuts. It's up to 38 miles of battery range. And it's qualifying up to 80K for this. So 80K, and it's getting 7,500. It's just kind of garbage. It's just nuts. Yes. So there's that. That's big news in my opinion of what we saw coming out there. Back to Tesla. 190.30 sitting on Tesla, up 1% on the day. Now, one thing I wanted to highlight on just weakness, right? And I tweeted this out yesterday. I'm going to pull it up again. I tweeted this out, I posted this on Discord. I should probably clarify. So Elon tweeted this. In turbulent economic times, be wary of using margin loans to buy stocks. He tweeted that yesterday as Tesla was up like 9 or 10%. Now, this was tweeted at 8:30 in the morning Pacific time. I posted this on our Discord at 2 minutes before, and this isn't a pat on the back. This is just to say I'm totally in line here with what Elon's saying. We're up 80%. This is me year to date, and it's February 2nd. Managing risk is important. If you have any margin, really good chance to get rid of it. Not only margin, folks, if you have any, in my opinion, if you have any outstanding pressure or you're over leveraged in any which way and you're kind of feeling the crunch, I mean, folks, we are up over. Actually, I think now we're back to 80% year to date. We're back to 75, 76% year to date. I mean, we're like 20 something trading days into the year. It's a good time if you need to reassess your portfolios, your risks, your leverage, whatever it is. It's always easier to do on green, and of course, it hurts when Tesla continues to rise up. Of course, stuff is going to hurt, but it also hurts when we see drawdowns like we've seen. And the only thing we know about this market is, there's a lot of questions with bear market rallies, and there's a lot of questions about the general economy still. So just keep that in mind. And for what it's worth on a technical level, the way that the candles are shaping up on the dailies, first of all, it's really bullish that we've breached through these Ichimoku clouds, in my opinion. But one thing to keep a note with the candles as well is we're getting a lot of tail risk, right? All these daily candles that we're seeing are selling off the lows or selling off the highs. So we're not closing at the highs on the intraday session highs, meaning there's a lot of resistance here, and understandably so, right? We're approaching $200 close enough here. So who's to say where we go from here? But I think it's a really good level if you haven't already to manage some of your risk. And some people are saying a lot of gaps as well. Keep that in mind. So I have a piece of Juju Gang. What's the word? It's not even. It's a rumor going around, right? So someone messaged me and said that their cousin works for, let's just say, a supplier of glass, and they actually are suspicious that Tesla is actually working on a new model and trying to source and price out specs for this. Now, I'm not sure what's under NDA or what's even told, but there was a rumor told to me about that. Now, I'm not sure how much truth there is to that, and this person doesn't want to be named, so fair enough. But I think it's interesting that, if Tesla's putting out feelers for a new vehicle and we're hearing about Tesla talking to suppliers, and by the way, I mean, take this with a huge grain of salt. This could just be someone pulling my leg. I don't think so. This person's awesome. But it's interesting to see if Tesla, maybe they're doing a revamp. Maybe this is the Highlander thing. And for what it's worth, this is what we saw yesterday that I definitely want to pull up here. Hold on. It's from Kilowatt. And maybe this is pertinent to this. Hold on. Kilowatt's tweeted about this yesterday. Let me just find the tweet here. So this tweet right here. So not to take away from the Cybertruck sighting, but hashtag Project Highland. And there was some photos going around of this interesting looking Model 3-esque car with some changes on it. So kind of obviously the S design there. So it was just interesting to see what's happening. Like, the Cybertruck's going around town. Of course, LiDAR happening here on this car. Interesting to see what's happening. And, a little bit different designs here. So something's going on. And it's always cool to get these types of videos. I think the Cybertruck video was going around viral. Try to see if I can find it. Every time I watch a Cybertruck video, it's just, I don't want to play the freaking music here. Hold on. Why do people add like loud, obnoxious music here? Okay, look. Thoughts on the Cybertruck? If you had to describe this Cybertruck in one word, thoughts on it? I'm going to say boxy, very boxy. It's going to take some getting used to for me to start seeing this thing in the wild. I feel like it's just so different. Very boxy, a lot of sharp. By the way, can you even have those really sharp edges? I wonder if there's got to be some sort of regulation about this, about how soft your edges might be. Ugly, Chichamunga. What is this? Is that how you? Yeah, Chichamunga. I don't know what that means. Heck yeah, love, macho, beast, low. Too bad you can't see it from the front. Yeah, epic. Visibility worries me. Well, I think the cameras will help. DeLorean vibes, yes. Well, I should pull up that video later, but yeah, definitely DeLorean vibes. I mean, stainless steel is just totally different, right? Something. Yeah, seriously. I don't think this will fit in my parking spot either. That's the problem, right? If you have a small car parking lot, I don't know if this will fit. It's huge. Well, I mean, it looks huge. I just don't know. We'll find out soon enough, folks. This is tank. Let's see. Utility. I think that's a really good word. Monolith. It's like the DeLorean meets the Al Camino. That's a good one. Poll the general Cybertruck opinion. Should I? Okay, by the way, if you were wondering, do we see Tesla price increase from the new IRS updates? 70% finished on this poll saying yes. So there's that. Let's do Cybertruck opinion. Let's do that. And I'm gonna word it a little bit easier. Cybertruck opinion. Amazing. Undecided. Or ugly. I'm gonna throw it in the chat. For the record, I mean, the Cybertruck I wasn't sold on day one. I'm cautiously optimistic about the Cybertruck design. I think it'll be epic. I think it'll be a marketing machine. Now, utility-wise, it'll be great. My concerns are about how big it is. Visibility is another one for me. Of course, cameras will help. But feasibility makes sense. I mean, you can charge this thing. And by the way, it's good that we're start getting more leaks about this Cybertruck, because that was one of my concerns, that we weren't getting enough leaks on this thing. Okay, 190.21 sitting on Tesla. Let's pull up the intraday chart here. Let's do the 5-minute for now. So really big rally to start off the day, all the way to high of day, which is 198.99, and then sold off pretty much afternoon hour here. If you pull up the, I'm gonna pull up the options order flow. 1 second. The options order flow for the day is looking like pretty much a nothing burger, actually. Hold on. Open link, open Chrome. This is the options order flow for Tesla at the moment. As you can see, actually, it's, if anything, it is negative at the moment. So keep that in mind. Let's pull up my ticker there. So 190.49 sitting on Tesla. It's a big fat red candle on the options order flow. And that's not due to a lot of, I mean, yes, call selling since the morning, but a big portion of why we're seeing negative divergence on the options now is because we're seeing people buying puts to hedge heading into the weekend. And I'm not sure if we should be expecting any news, and it's not massively red or anything like that. In fact, this morning I tweeted out and I said, I shared the options chart. I said, call buyers continue to flood into Tesla. This was a 1 hour into market open, and you can see the difference that we were seeing in the morning. But the options order flow is a really good asset that we have to be able to see what the general market sentiment is at the derivative level, and we're seeing a lot of people buying puts to head into the weekend, potentially to hedge. Not sure. Another higher high today. Let me just see if that's correct. A higher high for now, but we would have to close above 189, I think, was what we closed at yesterday. 189, give or take. 188, let's say. So I guess we'll see where we go and where we close out for today. I guess you're right. Closing below that level would not be good. The options order flow or the options themselves. Hold on. Yeah, I guess I'm just not very experienced with trucks and pickups. Just candidly speaking, I haven't ever driven a pickup. I don't have pickups in the family. I guess I've rented pickups, but never really had a lot of good experience with it. If you talk about options in and of itself, though, here's let's find something interesting. So, to next week's option chain, what's priced in for next week? An at the money call is selling for $8, and at the money put is selling for $8, really evenly spread out. So about $16 worth of a move is priced in for next week. A $16 move, meaning essentially 8.4% up or down swing is priced in for Tesla. If you were to buy a straddle or a strangle, or actually in this case, it'd be a straddle at the money call, at the money put, you were like, I don't care which way it goes, it just better go more than 8%. That's the bet that you'd have to be making if you're buying a straddle here. If you look out the money, and let's go 1 standard deviation to the 16-ish delta, it's about $1.72 for a 215 strike Tesla call expiring next week. On the put side, a 16 delta call is at 172. So you really don't have to go very far in strikes on the downside to find 1 standard deviation. So meaning the market is saying essentially, hey, we see a greater chance of Tesla making the move to the downside next week, and therefore actually we're pricing in even $1.90 for these calls or for these puts out the money. So keep that in mind. The market is hedging a little bit to the downside heading into next week. Now, of course, anything's on the table with Tesla. No one really can predict anything, but it's good to see what the options market is telling us. But also, I thought about buying a straddle before the Fed and didn't. It would have paid off huge. I did before Tesla's earnings call, and it did pay off. Straddles can be expensive, right? Because you're paying out the wazoo on both sides, and of course, you're banking on a huge move. But yeah, it's tough. Heading into next week, I don't know if we're going to see enough of an extrinsic move happening next week for that to be justified. Not sure. We might get some Elon tweets over the weekend. If anyone's following the Twitter file stuff, maybe we get another one of those doses today. Price increase announcement, I don't know. And even if that happened, Tesla bears will find an excuse. Oh, price increases. Well, supply chains suck, and price, product or supply chains must be going to the crapper, and therefore product prices are going up to offset the increased costs. Prices go down, there is no demand. I told you. So, both ways, I don't think there's a way to win there. Now for Tesla power. I just realized on Discord I didn't tag everyone to tell them I'm live yet. Thoughts on Avisa's thoughts on covered calls. Well, let's say if you were to go to next week and the same analysis of covered calls, right? If you wanted to go out and collect, at 190, and we were to say, okay, at what's 1 standard deviation, like we said, so $1.89. do you consider 215 to be a material risk? And maybe you consider and you're happy to sell shares at this price. You're like, hey, if it goes up another $25 from here, which would be like 10, 12, 13%, whatever, 15%, I'm happy to sell, a lot of shares or sell those shares that I have. Then go for it. It's $200 though per pop on one standard deviation out. It's a risk reward that you have to make for yourself, and if it's worth it. The risk of cover calls with Tesla as well is, and I know I don't want to talk out both sides of my mouth, but I think it's important to know that probabilities exist here. Is that when Tesla runs, it really runs. And that being said, I mean we're up 80% year to date. It is kind of nuts. But share your thoughts in the comments. Of course, none of this is financial advice. What do I know? But I think it's good to get opinions from people and see where others lie at. How is Apple doing better today than Tesla? Well, remember, Apple had earnings yesterday. So what is Apple up to? Apple is, it's Alcoa. Apple is up 2.79%. Remember, they had earnings yesterday. And they mentioned that had it not been for supply chain issues, they would have actually beat on earnings. So there's that. In case you're wondering, Amazon is down 8.36%, but really, who cares? They were up 8% yesterday, weren't they? So, I mean, I just call that a wash. Who cares? S&P 500 is down 1% on the day, and the NASDAQ is down 1.73%. So, folks, this is a really good day all in all. If the NASDAQ's down 1.72%, Tesla should be down, but Tesla is indeed up 1% on the day. So far, I'm calling that a win. Look at DXY. What's the dollar index doing? Dollar index should be pretty, yeah. So it's come down substantially. Well, hold on one sec here. So for all wondering, DXY is the dollar index. And when it's really strong, we see people move away from equities, right? When it starts going down, it's a signal that people are moving back into equities. So that's what we're seeing here. I'd like to see it come down even more, to be honest. And it's a sign that I think inflation, the market really believes that inflation is under control and will be. Remember, Jay Powell even said that he spoke a little bit dovish about inflation and that, hey, we're actually starting to see disinflation for the first time in our macro reports. So we'll see. Yeah, I mean, as long as you're happy with the risk, right? Of course, everything will have risk. If you're happy with the risk, okay, if I sell out a strike, I should be happy enough that if I forget about this thing, I get called on my shares, I don't mind. You have to have that mentality going. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to give up your shares. You can buy back your contract if you're back underwater, let's say, but you're going to miss out on upside. So it's a matter of, okay, it's like, you're playing poker, you're going to take some chips off the table, or you're playing blackjack, you're going to start betting less. It's a matter of you managing your own risk in that level and say, you know what, we're up 80% year to date. I don't want to get too greedy about it. I'm going to sell some premium. It is what it is. But then you hear the other side of the story. Sean says my cover calls are down so much. So Tesla is just so nuts. It's just, I have not seen another mega cap trade the way Tesla trades. Up, down, of course, sideways last year. But when Tesla moves, it's hard to stop. Of course, it will eventually, up or down. But it's just trades so different than a mega cap. Now, if actually, let me pull this up. It'd be a good case study here. Let me pull up on Chrome. Let's do Apple and Amazon year to date. So Apple year to date is up 23.86%. What an incredible start to the year, right? Apple. Folks, putting that into perspective, and I've already said this, but seeing it side to side, I think is important here. Tesla year to date is up 81.9%. And I get it. Tesla fell way more than Apple did in Q4 of last year. So there's definitely reasons why it could rebound stronger as well. But just again, if we were to go back to last January, I wish I would have been a lot more sober with not actually, but a lot more sober with my thoughts around the rise. If we talk about November 2021, being sober on the rise up and realizing that, okay, it's not about the party ending here, but it's about, okay, when is the music volume going to come down a little bit? That's when we have to be a little bit more sober. So when we're sitting here up 82% year to date, I love it. I wish we're up 160% year to date by the time we talk next week. It's just about probabilities. So Um, I hope that like I don't want to come here and just say like, look, oh, everything's going to go up to another 100% or whatever. I think it's important that we have these conversations during these good times, right? Like being up 80% year to date is good. Of course, being down whatever it was 70% last year year to date was nuts as well, but yes. Um yeah, exactly. Up or down, right? If the stock's down as well and the fundamentals haven't changed, you got to be sober about that as well. Of course, multiples can change. But if the stock's up as well, let's be sober about this as well. Are institutions buying in yet? Well, that's an interesting one because volume, look at the volume chart, folks, on the bottom, and I'll pull this question down. Look at my volume graph if you can a little bit on the bottom. These are daily candles on Tesla. Since middle of December, which is usually a quiet time, we've seen this ratcheting up of volume. And people talked about volume on the way down. Oh, look, yeah, well, Tesla's at $100. Of course, Tesla's going to have triple the volume that it would have at 300. And I actually kind of bought that argument. But now, folks, we're close to 200 again, and we're seeing volume still have record days. In fact, today so far, we've already have 250 million shares traded, right? We had a record volume day on the 27th of January, 306 million shares traded. If that's not institutional buying, I don't know what is, to be honest, right? It's nuts seeing this type of volume. And let's compare it, right? If you talk about Apple, this is Apple's graph for volume. It does looks nothing similar to what we're seeing with Tesla. It's pretty even keel. Of course, it had spikes on pretty much OpEx or Friday options expiration dates, but it's nothing what we're seeing with Tesla. We're seeing this massive uptick now in the last month and a half of volume. Do we hear a big institution buying? Of course, we heard BlackRock, and that's another conversation we can get into about BlackRock is they've upped their percentage in Tesla and probably will continue to do so and probably will push for a board seat because that's what BlackRock does, right? Remember BlackRock and don't know how much we want to get into this, but BlackRock has 10 almost $10 trillion assets under management. They own a lot of ETFs that we buy and sell today. Actually, let me just actually if I can pull up a list. Um, their product list is heavy, and they own a lot of these ETFs. Required own, you know, XIU, XIC, XSP. A lot of these hedged currency ETFs. A lot of the ETFs around the stock market, portfolios, or real estate, or S&P 500, or whatever it might be. These guys have a lot of pension fund money, have a lot of institutional money, have a lot of retail money associated with it. And what they do is, for example, with Apple, is they can leverage themselves to have a huge say in corporate governance on a company. They can essentially say, and there's one specific person, Larry Fink, who pretty much manages this entire thing. Larry Fink, he is the CEO of BlackRock, chairman CEO. What's his net worth? It's about $1 billion, probably higher than that, is my opinion. But these guys call the shots. These guys call the shots. So when it comes down to, hey, we own X billions of dollars of Apple. Hey, we want certain things done a certain way. We want to prioritize ESG on your corporate's governance. And guess what? What is environmental, socially governance policy? Hey, guess what? We get to decide. We set the rules. We want you to push for more ESG oriented policies on your company or corporate governance. These types of stuff have leverage over the long haul. Have a huge leverage over the long haul for corporate governance. And I think it's important that we talk about it now because I'll pull this up, Apple's board of directors. And I don't think too many people are talking about this sort of stuff. So I think I just want to put it on the agenda. I don't need to uh I think hit on it too much. But let me put on hold on, let me just find out. Apple board of directors, BlackRock. So let's see here. Who is the hold on one sec. Please pull hold on. Just keep it hidden for a second. Corporate governance, BlackRock, Larry Finch. Hold on one sec. Is it Arthur Levinson? Who's the guy? Someone in the comments might know. Is it a guy or a girl? I forget. Let's see here. Man, why do so many ads everywhere? BlackRock. Ah, there it is. Susan Lynn Wagner, independent director, Apple. So she's a financial executive, co-founders of BlackRock. There we go. And so one thing to consider is when they I don't like using the word they a lot because it just so it's so it doesn't speak to really what the story is. But when a company like BlackRock or institution like BlackRock owns a large portion of sway on your company, certain things get prioritized over excellence, productivity, meritocracy. And this is the problem. And if you want to watch a really good video on it, actually someone commented it right here. Let me just see. Alexandra Mama hates ESG processes. Well, she's on this channel talking about it. I have a clip about it. You can go find it on my channel. Just search up ESG, hit that bid, and she pretty much lays out why ESG is, of course, the theory of it might be good, but who's setting these rules? Who's setting what's good? Who's setting what's bad, and why? And why is that being prioritized over meritocracy or being prioritized over productivity, which is, I think, the end goal? Do consist of corporate overloads? Yes. Um, but remember, BlackRock, they have insight like, if you talk about shadow government, someone left a comment about BlackRock is shadow government. I mean, it's not too far fetched, in my opinion. Okay, 189.93 sitting on Tesla. I'm going to share my StreamYard link to hop on for anyone in the comments that wants to come on and talk Tesla, have any insight, want to say anything about any of the recent news, whether it's about Tesla China, the new IRS guidelines, BlackRock, I don't know, trading, whatever you guys feel like, feel free to come in and throw it in the chat. Another link I want to throw in the chat is actually, and I'll share it here while hopefully someone pops in here shortly, is I'm working on a brand new site that I haven't yet put out. It's hit that dash bid.myshopify.com, but I haven't published it to nicejuju.com just yet. And what I'm trying to do here is, oh, oops, hold on. I've got some new ideas, and I've taken all of your folks' ideas in terms of t-shirts, hats, and I've put it together, and I think in a way better way than I had before. By the way, so shout out to, I forget who this was for this idea. Instead of sitting on Tesla, it's sipping on Tesla. I really like this idea. And then someone else told me that I have to have a pillow and I have to have sitting on Tesla on the pillow. And I think that made total sense. So I put that together. And then the classics like just Tesla investor sitting on Tesla on a shirt. This hat for me, it got lost in the mail. It's still on the way. So I should have it by next power hour for sure. And also a beanie sitting on Tesla. So shout out to you guys for any of the ideas that you have thrown my way. I appreciate it because you guys know I'm not a creative person, right? So it's just, I have to do what I have to do. Sipping on Tesla. Yes. The sipping on Tesla idea, I think it was gold. I have to find out who told me that. And hopefully I've made it here. I've really tried to absorb shipping costs as well. So I've tried to make the entire site free shipping for anything that you buy. So that's my promise for you. By next Friday, I'll have this out. And yeah, I mean, if you want to jump the gun, I think this link does work. I'll throw it in the chat if anyone wants to really jump the gun. But I hope to have my hat by next Friday, and I can really start to promote this a lot better. So, and if you have any other ideas, I want to start wearing this. Someone told me to make a Tesla bag holder shirt, and I just thought, I was like, if I wouldn't wear it, I don't know. But I'm happy to get ideas out there, even though I wouldn't wear it. But if there's enough demand, of course. So keep that in mind. Okay, let's pull this up. 190.72 sitting on Tesla. How about a utility knife splitting on Tesla? I wonder if can I white label a utility knife? I feel like there's some sort of shipping issue I might have with, she's doing armed deals across the internet or something. Tesla tote bags for all the bag holders. Oh, okay. So the tote bag idea is good. I was thinking of a little like merch, a merce. Pardon me, not merch, merce. But the tote bag idea is a good one actually. Someone's saying grocery bag as well. Mellow. That's a good one. Tesla bag holder on the tote bag. Okay, I'm gonna throw that on my list. Okay, it's on my list. I've written it down. A beanie with the juju on it. I do have that currently, actually. If you go to nice juju, I think I do. Hold on. And hopefully it is embroidered as well. So this is part of what I want to do. And I don't want to make this entire plug here, but part of what I'm trying to do is embroider on the hats. So I don't want it to be just be printed. And I'll change this to US dollars because I know no one cares about Canadian dollars. What I'm trying to do is embroider it on. So it's no longer a printed thing on a hat. You actually get that. And the sitting on Tesla, shout out to you, Ed, is also embroidered. The photo I have on now on the site doesn't do a good job of showing it, but you should be able to get this. And by the way, use coupon Juju for 10% off. But that is embroidered as well. But I'll be using a new printer for it. 190.07. I have to star these ideas. Just the bag with Tesla on it will make the bag holder. Ah, okay. So just Tesla, and then you can explain the bag holder part. Charles saying, not tote bag so much, but as a reusable grocery bag, cost nothing, sell for $5. A reusable, like a plastic. You know what sucks? In Vancouver, we've banned plastic bags. I think it's the dumbest idea ever. Everything I buy already comes in plastic, and now I can't even carry it home properly. We fully outlawed plastic bags. It's all paper now. It's just dumb. As and any Asian family will vouch for this. Plastic bags are the go-to for all things around the house. Garbage, carrying things, whatever it might be. They're kind of the goat of the house. So I'm pretty annoyed with that. Tesla money holder. You know what I can even do is personalized. I'm not sure if you guys would be interested in this, but if I did like a Tesla design and then I had like, insert your name here and you guys could throw in your names for gifts and I can customize that on a per order basis. And so you can have your name with a Tesla design on it. I think that'd be interesting if you guys would be interested in that. I'm not gonna say. Yes, I've got the cushions. I've got the pillows now. The Juju decals. Well, the stickers are interesting, but I think they take more graphic design work than I can. Sipping on a shot glass or something. Interesting. Okay, I'm saving these. I know I do bring a bag, but the thing is, I'm a very impulse buyer. I'm driving somewhere, I'm walking, I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably go buy that bag of vegetables. Okay, let me go buy. Oh, now I'm carrying this thing on the street, and then I'm at the grocery store. I'm like, I should probably buy this can of this too, and then I'm like carrying with like everything in my hands. It's just nuts. Paper bags are fine, but paper bags they charge like 50 cents for. So California banned straws. We did as well. We banned straws as well. So there's that. Okay, I'm starting all the ideas. Okay, I appreciate it. Okay, yes, Tesla closing price guessing game. Let's play it. Let's do Tesla closing price guessing game. Throw your Tesla closing price guess in the chat. 189.86 sitting on Tesla at the moment. Remember, price is right rules. You have to be at or under to win the virtual juju that I'll throw at you. The Wi-Fi high five, so to speak. A bust of Elon caption Tesla bust. Straw. Yeah, Tesla paper straws suck. I agree. Okay, 189.82 sitting on Tesla. I'm gonna throw in my guess as well. If anyone's curious, volume weighted average price for the day is indications VWAP 194.86. Ooh, that's bullish. I'm gonna throw in the chat. I'm gonna throw in that we close at 187.99. 187.99. I'm going a little bit lower than our close yesterday. I know it's not bullish. Closing above 190 would be good, but I just don't know if we get there. I don't know if we get there. 189.87 sitting on Tesla. Okay, let's watch. Enough of the plugs. Let's watch CNBC talk about Tesla's investment thesis will be tested this year, says Wall Street Higgins. Now it's interesting because now that Tesla's rising, we're starting to see more bullish talk from CNBC going on. So there's that, but I'm not entirely sure what this video totally entails. So let's take a listen. Let me know if the audio is coming in clear in the chat. No audio? Hold on one sec. Let's pull this up. Audio. Let's see. Does that work? Is that working? Hold on. Echo cancellation off. Let's try this. That should work. Tell me if that works. No? Damn, what is happening? Hold on. We might not be able to watch this thing after all if I can't get this to work. Hold on. Audio automatically adjust. That is really weird. Why is it not working today? Audio input capture. StreamYard. What can you do? Fine. I'll resort to my other way to share this. It's not my preferred method, but I will do it. Hold on. Present screen. Share screen. Share my entire screen. And let's go here. Hopefully this works. No? Is that not working? Oh, come on. Are you serious? Really? It's not working? Oh, what a nutbag. Damn, I really wanted to watch this video. Okay, so I guess we're going to have to see what can be done about this. Let me see here. That's the first time this has happened. Not. Okay, well, I guess we can't needs to be turned up. You muted. Hey, half the enjoyment is coming and making fun of me on stream. I get it. It's okay. I'll take the L for now. Hold on. I will fix this though. I'm a resilient type. So let's go to YouTube. Let's go to Chrome 2. Hold on 1 second. Chrome. Let's see here. How is... Oh, whoops. Hold on. Put this in here. Let's see this. Stop screen. It's only a... No? Damn. Okay, well, I guess we can't really listen to this. I need a producer wife. Yeah. Oh, hold on. I think I got it.
An autonomous robot taxi service.
I got it.
Be an energy company.
I got it. I'm the worst at this. All right, let's watch this CNBC video. This guy says Tesla investment thesis will be tested this year. Volume will work now. I am the absolute worst. It's okay. You guys can hate on me.
EV price wars, and talking with Tim Higgins. He is the technology reporter for the Wall Street Journal and the author of the book Power Play, Tesla, Elon Musk, and the Bet of the Century. A little bit of a power play yourself just then, my friend. It's nice to see you.
Good morning. Nice to see you.
We were talking about the sort of valuations of these companies, but what I was going to ask you is, you know, you've been covering Tesla for a very, very long time, and there's two ways to think about the valuation of the company. One is as a car company, and one is as a car company plus, or something else entirely. And I'm curious where you land these days.
Yeah, you're right. You know, I think the market would like to value it as a tech company, betting on the idea that it's going to be more than just a car. It's going to be an autonomous robot taxi service. It's going to be an energy company. And the market's really been struggling in the last few weeks as you've seen kind of the realities of moving metal in the storerooms. It's messy and it can be kind of expensive. And so I think in the last few weeks, you've seen some of that kind of excitement return to the idea that it's a tech company, but it's still a long road for the rest of the year. Heading into a potential recession could really test that thesis, I believe.
Okay, I get it. Of course, we're heading into a recession, but why does everything go back to Tesla? And by the way, I do find it funny as well, if you notice here on CNBC, that that they don't try to do, like, they often do year to date, but because Tesla is so positive year to date, they changed it to the trailing 1 year just to make it negative 47%. I do find that funny. But why is it when you talk about recession, it's only about Tesla? You know, it's just, it doesn't make any sense.
And where do you land when it comes to the pricing issue? I mean, the good news was they lowered prices, seems to be moving vehicles. The question is, at some point, from a pricing perspective, can everybody else do that? Maybe they can't do that.
Well, in a lot of ways, it's a classic automotive sector move. The issue here is that Tesla has so much margin that it can afford to do this. And investors traditionally here have been willing to see.
Look at this, by the way. Best-selling EVs year to date through Q3. I don't know why they have it like that, but Model Y 191, Model 3 156,000, Mach-E second place other than Tesla, Ford Mach-E 28,000. Just a moment of silence there for how far behind they are. They're selling as many Mach-E's as Tesla selling Model S, and that's really not a priority for Tesla. And it's a totally different class of vehicle. But the Bolt EV should be getting more love. I don't know why the Bolt doesn't. I guess it's all those fires.
Margins decrease, that pressure, and with the kind of seeing the growth in sales, they'd rather see market share gains or keeping that market share strong because Tesla is a growth story. Now, other automakers don't necessarily have that ability, and they're really in a bind as they try to come to this new technology into the marketplace. And they've been betting that the pricing would be what it was going to be, and now, they're facing new pressures from Tesla.
I don't know if we can put a screen back up of the EV makers, because what we do, it's a very interesting thing. We show Tesla and we show it up against Rivian, Lordstown Motors, NIO.
This is also an interesting one. And this is why I think, because the uneducated person reading this, Tesla, Rivian, Lordstown, you will be surprised how many people, first of all, what kind of group I mean, I guess it's EV stocks, but how many of these makers are even making anything in terms of volume? Maybe NIO, right? But this is why stock splits are psychologically affecting the average retail investor. If you talk about a grandma that comes in and just looks at the stock price, there are people out there that just look at stock price. They don't care about market cap. I kind of want to champion this idea that we forget about stock price, and when we're talking and we're comparing, we only throw out market cap. And maybe even just throw out market cap and then maybe even adjust it for, maybe let's just do pegs, right? Peg ratios. And that's how we analyze growth stocks. Because, of course, this doesn't tell us anything. Tesla at 164, Rivian at 17, Lordstown at whatever it is, NIO, doesn't tell us anything. It's just the stock price. The market cap, even then, would tell us less, but would tell us more, but still wouldn't be the full story. But at least we'd have some sort of idea there.
And Lucid Group, we don't show it against Ford or General Motors or the like. I don't know if that's, you think, the right way to look at this or the wrong way to look at it. I was curious how you're thinking these days about a Rivian, how you're thinking about these days about a Lucid, for example.
Yeah, I kind of think of them in the same ways that I thought about Tesla 2008, 2009. It's a real critical period. Cash is going to be king for these smaller players. Can they get through a downward cycle? That's going to be the big gamble. People who look at the product that Rivian is doing have a lot of praise for it. They have a lot of praise for what Lucid is doing. The bigger question is, can they make it as a real car company? And if you look at Tesla as an example, that can be a very painful process from going from the rather cool idea of a car, cool product, to making a car at scale. Just ask Elon Musk and his sleeping on the factory floor for all those years. It's messy.
100% it's messy. Now, the question is, will Rivian survive? Will Lucid survive? And for what it's worth, I guess I'm more bullish if I had to be on Rivian than I am on Lucid. Just because I think with Rivian, you have the Amazon backing. I think it can make sense. Actually, I'd be curious to get your guys' thoughts on this. Between Lucid and Rivian, which one, if you had to hit your cart on a horse, which one would it be? Not GM or Ford. I'm asking Lucid and Rivian, the two pure EV plays. This thing with Ford and GM, and it's like cutting off your arm to eat it because you're hungry, right? It just does. I don't know if they're gonna be able to transition properly from gas to whatever. But between Rivian and Lucid, of course, economics suck on both of them. Rivian for sure. Well, NIO, but that's not part of the option here. Rivian is cool. Lucid is not. Took me a second. Rivian. Lucid is disgusting. Rivian. Bolt is hot. Rivian. Lucid is backed by Saudis. Well, here's the thing. Okay, I'm gonna say my truth on this piece for a second. So the Saudi thing, Lucid gets a lot of flack for, well, they're backed by Saudis, and Saudis hate this oil thing, or hate EV thing because they're oil barons, right? Well, I look at the other way and I say, well, if you are oil tycoons, would you not want to be investing in the frontier of EV tech? And I guess Tesla, they kind of have, but like we can't hate on them both ways. We can't be like, you guys push oil, you guys suck, but hey, make this EV investment and you guys suck because obviously you guys don't want this to fail, or you guys want this to fail. So in that sense, I'm rooting for EV tech to work out there. But I agree with most of the people in the chat. I agree with you. I agree with chat here. Most of it, I think, is Rivian. Because Rivian, has Amazon, and that brings a lot of credibility to me. This is an old man's car. Rivian has real use cases. Yes, I mean the range has issues as well, but yeah. Lucid, Rivian. Think Lucid if Saudi's takeover happens. Well, that was a big rumor, right? Nothing really happened here. Unpopular opinion: Tesla buys Rivian. I don't know if Tesla. I mean, Elon says that he doesn't like buying baggage, which I don't know why he bought Twitter if that was going to be a big thing. Rivian, if you pronounce it like Evian water, is that, how do you even pronounce that company? Evian? How do I pronounce it? When you're on camera and you have to pronounce stuff that you don't really pronounce often, you get a little bit self-conscious, but Evian, right? No. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Hyundai. Well, yeah, I mean, Saudi fund isn't everything. That's a good point. They are transitioning. Let's see here. A lot of late guesses for Tesla closing price guessing game. We should have a Evian. Evian. Okay, Evian. Okay. Guys, you guys know my pronunciation is it is what it is. You can't teach an old dog new tricks at this point. NVIDIA. Okay. Well, 1 p.m. is officially here. We have closed for Tesla closing price guessing game. 189.98 closing on Tesla to end the day. Let me find out who the winner is for the day, if Hadouken hasn't beat me to it already. 189.98. Actually, I was not as optimistic. I was a little bit more bearish than what we closed at, but let me pull this up here. Hold on. A lot of people commenting about volume and stuff. I have to scroll up so much to even get to all the closing price guesses now. Hold on one sec. Thank God for StreamYard, though, because I can actually save a lot of these guesses. 189.98. Well, Steve's pretty close at 189.90. 9 cents. Oh, 8 cents away. Let me see if anyone else came anywhere close. Ding, ding, ding. Haas 2626. 189.98. The exact closing price guess. That is our official winner for the day. Unless anyone else guessed it officially right on the dot. That is our official winner. Actually, I think we did. Namahe as well. 189.98. Guessed it. And I've got the timestamps on these, so you guys can't just guess it a couple minutes before or whatever. 2 winners. Haas and Namahe. There we go. Let me make sure I didn't miss anyone. So I get some hate mail. People saying I missed them. Yes, I know. I should have a Google form thing and have you guys fill out information and whatever, but I just know you guys don't want to do that. So some virtual juju coming your guys' way. You guys got it exactly. Remember, I'll throw the virtual juju. It's due to supply chain concerns. When I throw it or when I ship out the virtual juju at you, it might take some time on postage. Ye says, I'm grateful for you and your streams. I appreciate all of you guys tuning in every Friday. And by the way, thanks for subscribing, folks. We're at how many subscribers? 21,000. If I can load here, 21,123 subscribers. Appreciate you guys tuning in on the Power Hour live streams. I just want to say how unique I think our connection is on the Friday Power Hour live streams. The community that we had, the community that we built here, I think is so unique and it's so positive. And I love being able to come on here and just, I can make a complete fool out of myself and I do not care because I just know that it's all fun and games and we're having a good time talking what we want to talk about, which is usually Tesla, always Tesla. So I appreciate everyone tuning in. Having a good time this Friday. Remember, I sign you off with the news every Friday, and I think it's important that I say it again. Turn off your phones, technology. Go take a mental break every Friday, every weekend. Your portfolio is not going to change. Nothing's going to happen. And, Dan, shout out to you, man. Thanks, Yash. Thanks for the $20 donation, my friend. Signing off on the Friday. And remember, prioritize what you need to prioritize. Mental health, physical health, go for a run, go to the gym, do whatever you need to do, and throw away your phones. Yes, exactly. All right, guys, much love. Anything else? Yes. Throw me on Discord. If you've become a YouTube member during this live stream, if you've become a Patreon member, patreon.com/hit that bid, at a $5 per month level or more, remember, that's more so just to weed out free people on Discord, which just usually turns into a gong show. Join me on Discord. Connect your membership. I'm saying it. I say it again. Connect your membership. And I promise next Friday when we talk, nicejuju.com will be live with my new merch. This is currently what you can get on there if you want to. But it'll be live with my new merch. But if you want to go buy this hat, remember, use coupon code JUJU for 10% off. Go check that out. All right. Anything else? Oh, William. Thank you for the super chat. Wow, we're getting super chats galore here. William, thank you for the $8 super chat, my friend. I appreciate that. And also Hadouken throwing in a cheers as well to end the Friday. You guys are great. You guys are great. Ending the stream off right. I appreciate you guys. Turn off your phone merch. Ooh, that's a good one. You just wearing a shirt, turn off your phone. I appreciate all of you tuning in. Okay, take care. Throw your ideas at me. Feel free to DM me on Twitter or on Discord if you're a member with ideas. I will put stuff together officially for next Friday. I know I've been saying that for the last 2 weeks, but all right, guys, take care. Much love. Yash signing off. Peace.